Welcome to the Daily Record Spin. I'm your host, Jimmy Clements. Joining me today, as always, is my little brother, the co-host of the show, Danny Oki. Danny, how you doing today, man?
I'm pretty good today. It's late, but we're here and we're thriving.
We're here. We are recording this on Monday night. What is the date today? The 22nd. So 22nd. This will drop pretty soon after we record it. We have a lot to get through today. Sorry about the week off there. Just more health stuff. It's been a weird year for me. But so I appreciate everyone's patience as we deal with that. But we're here to discuss a bunch of September releases. We're going to be doing a preview of this fall in music, or at least what we know of it. And also we're going to get to our next 5 on our best albums of the century so far. So why don't we just get into it? Because we have a lot of albums to get through. We're going to just spend a few minutes on each of these. And as we go through, Danny, I was thinking we should shout out some individual songs if we have a song that we really think is great from any of these albums. So people can playlist that. Obviously, there's a lot of music here, so I don't begrudge anyone for not wanting to listen to about 10 albums that we're about to discuss. So, if you we can give them a little taste here, and hopefully they can discover what they like based on those. So
perfect.
Let's start with Jade. So Jade released her debut album. She is formerly of Little Mix, the British girl band that was formed, I believe, for X Factor, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
I think they were.
I
know she's got some beef
honestly,
with Simon Cowell, so I'm pretty sure it's X Factor related. Okay. Anyhow, the album
wasn't
is called
Fifth Harmony X Factor?
Were they? Let's find out real quick. Our fact checkers, me, are going to go through and find that out for you.
Because honestly, I never paid close enough attention to Little Mix to really know.
Little Mix, British X Factor. Fifth Harmony was from American X Factor. So they were both X Factor girl groups. Got it. Yes.
Okay.
So initial thoughts on this Jade album debut. My friend Amelia is absolutely obsessed with this album. It is her she just stands Jade hardcore. Little Mix is one of her favorite groups of all time, and so she just absolutely loves everyone in it, but especially Jade. So I know she's very excited about this album.
My initial thoughts are different than my thoughts are now. Because I've spent quite a bit of time with this album. So I really paid no attention to Little Mix. I love the song Wings. It was used on the show choir circuit about just under a bajillion thousand times the year of 2014. So I became very familiar with that song. Other than that, not very familiar. But what I will say is everybody was talking about Jade earlier this year when she dropped her debut single, Angel of My Dreams. And that one really blew up. It wasn't super connecting with me when I heard it, but then she dropped a couple other pre-release singles that I was like, okay, I dig these. These are kind of fun. And then I think she continued to drop pre-release singles, but I hadn't heard any in several months because I just wanted to check out the album as a whole. And my initial thoughts on the album were pretty lukewarm. I was kind of like, yeah, these are pretty solid pop songs. I like what she's doing here. There's a few standouts for me, but overall, I'm like, I don't know that it has the sauce. And then I kept listening, and then I kept listening, and then I kept listening, and I just became addicted, absolutely addicted. I think these songs are insane. Some of the best pop songs released this year. I'm hearing that there is an accompanying visual album that I have not watched yet, apparently.
Me neither.
So I need to get in and do that. I just got to find time to sit down and do it. But I'm kind of living for this. I fear I'm gagging over Jade. I don't think it's a perfect album, but I want to hear your thoughts on it first.
Yeah, I think this album to me, it kind of slots in right with Addison, the Addison Rae debut album for me. I think both of these are strong debuts. I think they have a musical identity. They have a sense of artistry, and so I think just they are successes. I will say I don't know that I want to go back to this very much. I did listen to it twice, and really 2.5 times, honestly. So I like it. I wouldn't say I'm over the moon for it, but there are some standout tracks, I think, for me.
For sure. Yeah. The Addison Rae comp is interesting because I was thinking about both of them pretty heavily while listening to it, just because they, both debut albums, both have very, very clear identities, like you were saying, which I feel like is rare for debut albums these days,
especially in pop, a lot like straight pop.
Yeah, because a lot of debut albums these days are labels trying to figure out what works, and I didn't feel that way about either of these albums. I felt like, oh, they know exactly who they are, they know exactly what they're doing. Here's where I think they differ. I feel like Addison had a little bit more of a clear vision for the album. As a whole, whereas Jade, although has a very clear vision for who she is as an artist, it doesn't feel like an album necessarily. It feels like a collection of really incredible singles.
And I think that's probably where I struggle to like love it.
Yeah.
Is that I don't sense that like this is a one project and it all is like in a perfect little bow. I don't feel that way.
It feels like we picked our absolute strongest songs that really show who Jade is as an artist and put it all together. And that's slightly confirmed to me by, she went on an interview, I think, recently, and said that she had a very clear vision for the track listing and the flow of the album. And her label was like, nah, you're going to put all of your pre-release singles up at the top. And they wouldn't let her budge.
Interesting.
So the entire first half of the album essentially is everything that she released prior, and then everything in the back half is the new stuff. And I wish I could hear her vision for it, because that might change my mind on this, having a different track listing. But I think, it is a collection of really excellent singles, and that's why I don't think it's perfect, is because some of them do not work as well as others to me. Like there are like clear standouts of the entire year for me, and then songs that I don't really care to return to. So
for sure,
for me, the clear highlights, there's two of them for me. Self Saboteur is one of my favorite songs released this year. It's I
like that one a lot.
And Fantasy is just like giving me my 80s 90s dream. It's wonderful, very reminiscent of something that I can't pinpoint. It feels very much like an artist. I'm not sure if it's Donna Summer. I'm not sure if it's Mariah. I cannot pinpoint it for the life of me.
There's definitely shades of Donna Summer. Diana Ross, I know, is a big inspiration for her, so I think that might be in the DNA a little bit.
Yeah,
as well.
That definitely could be in the DNA for sure. But it's very, very reminiscent of that time period. So those are the two very clear standouts for me. Songs that don't land as well are like Unconditional, I think, is a pretty unremarkable. I think that was the very last pre-release single. That one's pretty unremarkable to me. Let's see what else. Before You Break My Heart, I know a lot of people online are really liking that. You know how I feel about A Lazy Interpolation. I just can't. I don't like A Lazy Interpolation, and I would have liked it had it been used very sparingly, kind of as a background vocal, but it's the whole chorus, and I'm kind of like, I don't love that. So
I actually don't mind that one, to be honest. I think it's much better than something like that Jonas Brothers Staying Alive. A monstrosity,
Don't even get me started.
Like it's artfully done, I feel like. Obviously still not my favorite genre of song, but I don't mind it with that one.
Yeah. So I would say incredible highs, not really any low lows for me, just like
agreed.
More like not even really forgettable, just ones that I won't return to as much.
Yeah, I would say unremarkable, but not bad.
For sure. Yeah.
I'll also shout out Lip Service. That's probably my favorite.
Love Lip Service.
And then Angel of My Dreams, I had not heard until listening to the album, and I really like that song. It's a really cool melody. And
it's weird too.
It sticks with me. Yeah.
The structure of the song is bizarre as hell.
It is.
With all the tempo changes and stuff. No, that Self Saboteur into Lip Service is like the best part of the album for me.
Agreed. Yes. 100%.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah, no notes.
So yeah, this is going to be probably up towards the top of my list this year.
For sure.
I'm really living for it. So go Jade.
Love it. All right. So moving on to our next album, which is Play. So Ed Sheeran is obviously a podcast favorite. Mixed opinions on this album. Why don't you start off with your takes on Play?
My initial reaction was very negative to it.
Okay.
And the more I've listened to it, the more I've warmed up to it, sort of. This falls very much in the equals realm for me, where it's like pretty good. Pop songs that I think will do well on radio, will go crazy in retail environments. But this just is not what it's not what I come to Ed for. I come to Ed for really profound singer-songwriter music, which is why I really dug Subtract and Autumn Variations from a couple of years ago. But what the interesting part that kind of flabbergasted me about this album is how disjointed it is. And how it's really two different albums that he tried to turn into one. And what really doesn't work for me is the stuff where he tries to do the singer-songwriter thing. And the stuff that does work for me is like the kind of more experimental Eastern music.
Yeah, a lot of Bollywood influence on this album.
Yeah,
Persian music.
Yes, that stuff works extraordinarily well for me and is getting a lot of playtime for me. And the stuff that he's like trying to appease his core fan base is not working for me because it kind of just feels derivative of himself, if that makes sense.
I agree. And okay, I'm going to really put on my music critic cap for this one because I'm very frustrated by this album. So first of all, it's called Play. And I think when you name an album Play, I want to hear you go for it. And I just feel like everything on this album is like, I'm going to dip my toe into this and this and this. And it's going to be 80% that. But ultimately, I'm going to be Ed Sheeran. You know what this reminds me of most, like as I've sat on it, is Sonic Highways, the Foo Fighters' terrible 2014 album, in which they tried to go around the country and pull a lot of different musical influences, and then everything ended up sounding like a generic Foo Fighters song. And I just kind of feel like that's what happened with this album. Is like, not only is the Eastern stuff like it, I agree, it does work for me. I still think Azizam is a banger. Like that's a great song.
I do too.
And I really like the closing track as well. Is it Heaven?
Interesting.
There's Symmetry, I think, is really fun. So there's some stuff on here that I'm like, I think this kind of works. Yeah. But it doesn't actually like do anything. Like and the pieces don't go together at all. Honestly, I feel like a lot of the singer-songwriter stuff, it feels like vault tracks that he's like unearthed. Like Old Phone just feels like it was written in 2015, right? Yeah. Like I don't even dislike that song, but it just doesn't feel like it was written in the last decade.
Well, and that's so with the stuff where he's like trying to recall earlier parts of his career, Old Phone, Camera, Slowly, you know, some of the other more ballady stuff. Specifically with Old Phone and Camera, I think there are good songs there. They're so goddamn overproduced.
They are.
Why is there so much production in those songs? I'm like, can we just get rid of all the crap and just like do the guitar thing? I feel like we have good songs here, but oh my God, whoever was producing it just made it like tried to make it sound like this ginormous power ballad thing. And I'm like, that's not, I don't know. It just doesn't work for me personally.
Well, and I think that's the problem with trying to put those songs on the same album as an Azizam, where it's like,
yes, correct.
I get what they're trying to do. And I mean, you even see that in the opening track, which is like two super disparate songs that are just kind of mashed together that both feel derivative of his early career. And neither of them feel like they're new.
Correct.
And neither of them are particularly good. And so I don't know. It feels like everything about this was forced and packaged in a way that just doesn't like feel satisfying to me. Even though
I completely agree.
Are like 4 or 5 songs in here that I'm like, I like this song. And like, it's a good Ed Sheeran song. And someday when his career is like 30 years down the line, I might be like, oh yeah, I really like that song. Oh, it was from Play. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Completely agree. Yeah. There is a collection of songs on here that are going to get added to my playlists that I will be spinning quite a bit and really enjoying. I cannot see myself returning to this as an album very much.
No, I listened to it twice and that was it for me. I'm not going to listen again. Yeah.
The one that really bugs me and just grinds my gears, I don't even think it's that bad of a song, but The Vow is just so trying to be the next wedding song. Yeah. It's just trying to be the next Thinking Out Loud, the next Perfect. It's like So, something that's really bothering me with Ed in this late part of his career is I feel like every album is like a checkbox for him. Like, yes. Okay, I got the song that's going to be in a wedding. Okay, great. I got the first single that is a, experimentation of some kind of world music. Okay, great. It's like a checkbox. It's like we're not really trying to do anything. That's why I loved Subtract and Autumn Variations. It felt very much like he was just writing and getting like unearthing really dark feelings, and that connected a lot with me. And this just feels like a checkbox. Yeah. All that being said, Symmetry, one of my songs of the year. Great song. Symmetry really is fucking awesome. Yeah. I have been listening to that non-stop. That's like the best you can get in an Ed Sheeran banger pop song. That chorus rips and roars. I think Azizam is still fantastic. I think Sapphire is a lot of fun.
It's a great melody. I like the melody on Sapphire.
Yeah. And the one like kind of callback song or singer-songwriter song that does work for me is Slowly. That's the only one.
Okay, I like Slowly.
That's the only one to me that feels like authentic to him. Yeah. The other ballads in this feel like we're just trying. It's like Ed Sheeran trying to write an Ed Sheeran song. Slowly is the only one that actually captures something reminiscent of who he really is, in my opinion.
I also really like A Little More. I think that song, it doesn't work at all on this record. It doesn't make any sense there. But I would be down for a record of songs that are similar to that, because I do actually really like that sound for him.
I go back and forth on it.
That's one of the only ones where I feel like he does anything interesting vocally, which is my other big criticism of this album. Mm-hmm. He's really one of the better singers working in pop right now, and I just don't hear that anywhere on this album. Like, it's just like he sings in one octave almost the entire time, and it's everything about this feels reverse engineered to make the most money possible, which is ironic because it's actually not doing as well in the US, at least. Mm-hmm. Even though it did debut at #1 in the UK, which, I mean, he owns the UK. Of course. He's like Jesus there. So
correct. I would say overall, I'm mildly disappointed in this. I think I will return. The other one I want to shout out is War Game from the extended edition. I think is really, really good.
Oh, I didn't even listen to the extended version. I was not aware.
Yeah, there's 4 extra tracks on the extended edition, and I think 2 of them are pretty great. But War Game is the one that I'm coming back to a lot.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. This one will come and go pretty fast for me. I'll be completely honest, which is funny that it's sitting over my left shoulder right now. But I pre-ordered this vinyl months ago, so who was I to know?
Yeah. I'm admittedly frustrated by it. I think I've arrived there. Even though I actually liked it, I think more in the first listen than you definitely than you did. But the second listen kind of hurt. Honestly, like I was like, oh. This doesn't really make any sense together. So, it's just not an album. And so, as an album listener like you and I are, it's just tough. It's not. It's not what we're looking for. Something that I definitely do think is an album, and I'm really interested to hear your thoughts about it because I know it is your favorite of the bunch. Is the new Lola Young album. I'm Only Fucking Myself. Produced by Salomoniphonic, who also produced Bad Ideas by Remy Wolf last year.
You are joking.
Oh, no. You didn't know that?
I did not know that. And the entire time I was listening, I was like, wow, this is like a better Big Ideas.
A better Big Ideas? What the fuck are you talking about?
I think this album is fucking rad. Like, I'm
better than Big Ideas?
Maybe.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Maybe.
I'm about to fight. We're going to fight.
I'm sorry.
Where are the songs then?
What do you mean? Where are the songs? They're all over this album.
The sounds are all good. So my initial, I'll do my initial take because I'm clearly much lower on it than you.
Okay, great.
Love the sounds. And in fact, I was sure I was going to love this album because I love Salomoniphonic and everything that he's doing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So zero problem with the production. I think it's really interesting and like sort of trashy and urban. It's really cool and fun and huge bass and all that stuff.
Very grungy.
There were like 3 songs that I thought were like good songs on here.
Wow. That's blowing my mind.
I just
feel like you weren't listening.
I mean, it's maybe true because I also want to say with the caveat that I have only listened to this one once and I listened to like 8 albums this weekend. And so there was a little bit of like,
overwhelm.
And we did listen to this in the car on the way to a wedding. So like,
okay.
there's that to it. But honestly, like, yeah,
wow,
I wanted more from this. But go ahead,
so
because I want to hear your take.
I went into this thinking I was gonna not like it. I thought Messy was fun. That's all I knew from Lil Young. I literally had not heard a single other song from her, and I knew she was gonna do some of the trashy grunge stuff, and I was like, this is gonna be right out for me. It's like I pressed play, and I was like, I'll probably get through 4 songs and turn it off. That was my guess. And the more I listened, I didn't find one that I was even remotely lukewarm on until track 11. It was just 10 tracks of all hits, no filler for me. It was like,
wow,
I was experiencing something that awakened me to rock music again. I don't know. Like, her choruses are so brilliant. I think the melodies in these choruses are outstanding. I think the instrumental is exciting every time. I was expecting a lot of
no disagreement there. I think the instrumental is really cool. Yeah.
I was expecting a lot of upbeats, and it ended up being a lot of mid tempos, which normally for me is a little bit scary territory. You know how I feel about a mid tempo sometimes. Yeah. But the mid tempos, for some reason, the way she was singing, the lyrics she was singing, the melodies on those choruses, the raw vocal, like super raw vocal at times. I was entranced, literally entranced. And I listened to it again on a walk this morning, and I am lukewarm on exactly one song. And I am extraordinarily high on the rest of them. So I'm pretty as polar opposite as you can be with you on this one. I don't know what it is. I think the songs are brilliantly written. I think she's got an extreme, like, underground, underrated talent. Like, I don't know what people are not, like, people need to be tuning into this girl's songwriting. Like, holy shit.
Well, and sorry, I will say that even though this wasn't my favorite, I can tell she's a real artist, and I will listen to whatever she does next. So for sure. I this is not something that I'm like, I don't even think this is bad. Like, it's a decent album for me.
Yeah.
I was a bit let down by it because I'd heard such good things. So, but I agree with you that I do think she has a really cool artistic identity. And like for someone that went viral on TikTok basically and is like capitalizing on that now, that's a really incredible place to be, where all these people that just like came to listen to you because they heard Messy are like, oh, you're someone I like.
What's this?
Yeah, exactly. I want to get to know you more now.
And that was something that really excited me about this too, was she could have made two different albums here. She could have, after her blow up on TikTok, made an album to appease the TikTok fans. Or she could have made an artistic statement that was really true to herself. And she absolutely did that. Like, I don't think there's a single song on here that works on radio.
No.
For sure. Like, not a single one. I don't even think there's really a single one on here that clips well for TikTok. Like a 20-second TikTok
they're
video.
like R to NC-17, most of these songs. So
correct.
Yeah.
So that was one thing that actually was off-putting the first time I heard this. Like, I will tell you, when I pressed play on what's the first track?
How long? Oh yeah.
Oh, well, sorry. It's technically track 2.
Yeah.
Fuck everyone. I mean, it's pretty crass.
Very, very.
And super grungy and super garagey. And when I heard that, I was like, oh gosh. But then I got to one thing, which is like a mind-blowing pop song. It's like total 180. I'm like, wow, this is made for like pop radio, not for grunge and garage band. So she's got a lot of diversity in here. But with the point I was making with that was that her lyrics are sometimes really uncomfortably candid.
Yes, very.
I'm like,
which was off-putting for me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, like, you truly don't give a fuck how anyone is perceiving you. You're like, I'm gonna just say whatever it is I'm gonna say. I'm gonna hurt whoever I'm gonna hurt with my words, and I'm just gonna use as many curse words and talk about dick and cock and all this shit, and I'm not gonna care. And that on the first listen, I was like, whoa, this is gonna take some getting used to. But then you hear what's underneath all of that, like, kind of jarring lyricism to some really profound, like, the one that really that's blowing my mind is Post-Sex Clarity.
Okay, that's like one of my 3 that I liked on this album.
When you hear that title, you kind of feel like you have an understanding, and then it's not that at all. It totally takes that and flips on its head. It's like, oh, after the sex, like, I still like you. Like, I thought I was using you for just a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But after all is said and done, like, oh, I think I actually have feelings for you, which is not at all where you expect that to go. And it's just really deep and profound. The back-to-back of sad sob story, smiley face, and can we ignore it, frowny face is like banger on banger, incredible. I love the chorus of Penny out of nothing. It's like that stream of consciousness lyricism that Audrey Hobart is doing, but I like the way Lola does it way more. It feels more authentic. It feels more like I'm just really drilling in instead of just like the Audrey Hobart thing feels very much like teenage girly to me. And Lola's
this is such a fascinating reversal of expectations for the two of us, because the album I can't stop listening to lately is Who's the Clown. Like I
just can't get into
I'm really
that.
just into that album a lot. So
yeah,
that's
and
very
you're not
funny.
the only one.
It's very funny because I think in a vacuum, I would have expected me to like this album more, and you would have liked Audrey Hobart.
100% me.
Weirdly, it's just that's not where. That's so interesting. But you're right. You're right about the stream of consciousness lyricism. That it's there. That is a similarity for sure.
100%, and that's very evident on the closing track. Well, obviously not the closing like interlude thing, but the closing track, Who Fucking Cares, is very just like free. Like there's no rhythmic singing in that. It's all just like. It's like talk singing, and it works really well for me. Like, I don't know why, but it just does. So I would say biggest highlights for me are the back-to-back of One Thing and Dealer, incredible. Penny out of nothing, Post-Sex Clarity. And then I would say probably Can We Ignore It? Those are probably like the big highlights for me.
So my Spiders is my favorite song on here.
Spiders is fantastic too.
That was the one that like jumped out at me.
What a power ballad.
Can We Ignore It and Post-Sex Clarity were my other two that I quite liked.
Okay.
But yeah, the rest of it just kind of was like, for me.
Wow.
But I've listened once, so this is a candidate to re-listen for sure.
It's a very fall album. I've been enjoying the fall vibes.
It is
with this album,
which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm here for it.
All right.
I'm buying into the Lil Young propaganda.
Let's start speeding up a little bit because we've been taking a little time on these. Let's go to 21 Pilots, which is having a remarkable success with this album. As of last time I checked, the Billboard 200 was not updated. Is that still true?
It is updated. It is number one on the Billboard 200.
It is. Okay, so let's, before we even get into the album, let's talk about what this means for music, because this is a fascinating sort of fork in the road, I think, for the industry. So 21 Pilots started out as like a very underground band. They put out one album before they signed to a major label?
I think
before
so.
Vessel?
Yep.
And then slowly have built a very, very hardcore will buy everything fan base that they keep interested with concept albums and clues in the lyrics and themes at their shows and costumes and characters and lore. And that has resulted in them being more popular than an Ed Sheeran, which is just something that would have never happened 10 years ago.
Yeah. I would say they have one of the most devoted fan bases of any working artist right now. I mean, truly, like, that fan base will stick through them thick and thin and buys into everything that they do. And 21 Pilots is the textbook, I guess, example of what happens when you truly cater to your fan base and only cater to your fan base and stay true to who you are as a band. So here's the fascinating part, and I talked to you about this. Lizzo came out with a video several weeks ago where she very candidly on camera said, the music industry is super fucked right now, because what used to be the thing is you would make music for the masses. You would make music that could target many different demographics so that you could get played on radio. And when you get played on radio, then more people buy your music, and then you go number one, essentially. And she said, now that we are living in such an algorithmic society where people are living in their own echo chambers and they're only getting fed things that the algorithm knows that they're going to like, there is no masses anymore. There is no monoculture anymore. So what you need to do, the only thing you can do, is cater to your fan base and hope that your fan base will continue to grow and will stick with you as long as they are enjoying the music. So that happened several weeks ago. Very fascinating video. I actually commended her a lot for being so open and candid about that. And now, fast forward like a month, we have Ed Sheeran, one of the biggest pop artists in the world, debuting at number 5 on the Billboard 200 in the United States, and 21 Pilots, who has not really had a hit single since 2015, is debuting at number 1 because they cater to their fan base, and Ed Sheeran tried to appeal to many people and landed on none of them.
Yeah.
It's super, super interesting. I've never seen anything like this before. People are really scratching their heads at this 21 Pilots number 1. Like even Tyler from the band tweeted out, he's like, I never expected this to happen again after Blurry Face. He's like, if you can't even imagine the amount of industry executives who are really scratching their heads right now.
Well, because Blurry Face was something that appealed to everyone. It had like the sort of like folk rock stomp and holler stuff. It was rap. It was like everything that was popular at that time. It found a way to like take all those things in and make something cohesive out of that felt true to the band and their identity. And that's why Blurry Face was such a big success. So to now they've really like honed in on their sound at this point, and they're not that anymore. And for them to do this now is just like, it's stunning. It truly is.
Yeah, I mean, fans have just been so devoted, and they marketed this album as the culmination of a decade of lore that they have built up. They said this is the end of that story, and the fans said, fuck, I'm all in. I'm going to buy all of the records that I can possibly buy. I'm going to buy all the merch, and it worked, and now they're number 1. So I think that's the most fascinating story in music. One of the most fascinating stories in music this year. All that to say, I have nothing really else to say about this album.
Oh, I have not listened yet, so
I like it. I like it. There's literally 0 songs on there that I dislike, but for some reason it is not connecting with me. There's just nothing that is sticking. I don't really think I could sing you a single melody on the album. I can't really point out any standouts other than the lead single, The Contract, which I really, really love. Everything else, I'm like, This is a 21 Pilots record. I don't know. And maybe I'm really hoping it'll open up to me because I think quality wise, it's there. It's just not connecting with me. Yeah.
I mean, I think Josh Dun is one of the best drummers alive right now.
100%.
Like he's absolutely unreal. Unbelievable. And Tyler's super creative as well. So, it's like, that being said, I really haven't connected with an album since Trench, which was 2017, 2018. 18. Okay. So I'm interested to see how I feel about this one. But incredible story no matter what,
Yeah, absolutely. And they did a big, huge budget music video to kind of close out the story that they've been building up. And the music video is really, really freaking cool. If you have a minute to go watch it, it's super cool. I think this one could open up to me later on down the road. It's possible that it just got drowned out by all the other music. Like 2025 decided to finally show up in Q3. In a big way. Yeah. It's possible that I just got overwhelmed by everything that's coming out, and maybe this just needs time to breathe. But nothing's really connecting with me right now.
That's a bummer. Okay, let's talk about the favors. So Phineas and Ash released their debut album as The Favors, their new band. I know you haven't listened to this one yet. I just want to give some thoughts on this, because out of everything I listened to in preparation for this episode, this was the one I connected with most. But I was texting Danny and like, it made me mad, and here's why. Okay, so every song on this album is, except for one, is a true duet, which is really fun for the first 5 tracks, right? You're like, I haven't heard this in a while. Like a true like duets album that's really interesting. And they mix up who starts what song. Some of them they sing together in each verse. Sometimes it's one person does verse 1, one person does verse 2. They both sound incredible. Like this is the best Phineas has ever sounded. He's like really coming into his own as a singer. And obviously he produced this whole record. He's the sole producer listed on this. And here's my frustration with it. I think the music is really cool. It pulls a lot from Billy Joel. There's a lot of like Great American Songbook influence on this album. There's some bluesiness. There's some folk. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, and their voices are amazing together. but it just gets really stale because every song has the exact same format. And at some point I was like, can this be a thing where you let, like the Beatles had all these different singers. Can we let Paul take this one and George take this one and and John take this one? I just kind of wanted more of that from this album. I was like, why can't Ash just sing this song? Why can't Phineas just sing this song?
Right.
Like, does it have to be this because I kind of just feel like there's probably like 4 or 5 songs that don't need to be on here that aren't good enough. And if you instead took those songs out and replaced them with songs that one of them is singing and the other one could do background vocals or whatever, but like, I don't know. It was a frustrating debut for me because this is something I really enjoyed. The songs that hit really, really hit. The closing track I know has been going a little bit viral because they do a fun dance to it when they do it live. It's called has a Home Sweet Home. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah, Home Sweet Home. Incredible song. There's some The Little Mess You Make is a great song. I really love Times Square Jesus. The lyrics on Times Square Jesus are heartbreaking and beautiful. There's a lot of like really like solemn, mournful, like unrequited love or relationships that slipped away kind of lyrics on this album. And it has like a very The Village in New York sort of vibe, like the entire album does. And so there's a lot that I really like. The one time though that they actually break that trend of making everything a duet is on the second to last track, and they just have a completely different singer. This is supposed to be this is another collaborator of them, so a guy named Marinelli, but he sings this entire song and they're just like not really even present on it, and it's just very confusing. I'm like, this is the one time we decided to switch this up, and it's not even a bad song. Like, that's also a good song, but
yeah,
I don't know. It just feels, again, disjointed. Like, I just want a fucking album. You know what I mean? Like, that's my frustration when you listen to like 8 albums in a row and none of them feel like an album the way that you really want. That makes me angry. I'm like, why are the streaming age has really sucked a lot of the juice out of making albums, and I'm getting to the point where I'm sort of fed up with it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Especially coming off of a year where I felt like we got so many like albums.
Yes.
2024, and yeah, I could not agree more. So much music this year I think is quite good, but nothing feels, not nothing. There are things that feel like a full project, but so much of it does not feel
very
like
little feels great. I mean, very little even feels like a full project, and of those, very few of those are great. It's a little tough.
It is. It's hard.
I do want to say, like, so one of my favorite albums of the year so far, and has continued to be since the first time I heard it, is Joe's The Crux. I listened to the deluxe album, which is essentially like 12 new songs. And
oh my gosh, I didn't realize that.
God, what a waste of time this was.
You're kidding.
Like, no, honestly, like none of what makes The Crux great is on these bonus tracks. Like,
wow,
it just feels derivative. It feels lifeless. It feels underproduced. None of the excitement that you're hearing from the original album is there. It's just kind of like blah, paint by numbers, Joe inspired stuff. And I'm just like, okay, I get it. You have new fans. You're on tour. You want to keep the Spotify numbers up, but like, why release any of this? There is one good song. I liked Awake. Awake is cool, but it makes me mad. It makes me mad. I'm just done. I'm done with you releasing substandard bullshit so that you can juice your streaming numbers. Like, this is just dumb. Why late stage capitalism sucks, man. I'm over it.
We are in a quantity over quality era of music. 1000%. 30 song albums are the new norm, and it's maddening.
You can't make me care. You just cannot make me care.
No, you can't make me care for that long. You just can't. I don't care if you're my favorite artist in the world and like Taylor Swift when she released the Torch Poets from it. You cannot pay me to care for that many songs in that many minutes. You just can't.
John Mayer couldn't do that to me right now. I would be angry.
You cannot convince me that you have enough quality music in such a short period of time to make that worth it. And even if everything was quality, when you have that much of it, it loses value because you have so much of it. I'm like, it's so frustrating. And I'm seeing so many like 14-year-olds on Twitter being like, why wouldn't you want more Taylor Swift songs? It's like, why would you want 30 mediocre Taylor Swift songs when you can get 11 bangers? It's like, I just don't, I'll never understand that. It's very frustrating.
I won't either. And I think it's bad for the music industry in general.
I do too.
If you dilute the quality of music so that 60% of the songs out there are just like barely better than the AI slop that's starting to creep into the industry, then the AI slop will become more popular because people will be so desensitized to what good music is. Like, I'm just, even from the best artists, because like no artist can sit down and make an album and record 30 songs and they're all good. That's just not how this works.
Yeah, I totally agree.
That's you need the 20 songs that are bad to get you the 10 songs that are worth making the album.
That are really great. Yes. Could not agree more. Like, honestly, as much good as the Taylor's version project did for the music industry and artist rights and speaking up on behalf of that, it also did a world of horrific tragedy to the music industry by introducing the concept of vault tracks. Because I think there is a reason they are in the vault. There is a reason they have been unreleased. And there are several of those vault tracks that I really love, but there are several of them that I'm like, wow, we really could have left this in
literally.
And now all these artists think they can just release every pen drop they put on paper, when in reality, so much of that is not worthy of seeing the light of day.
Yep.
So that's our rant. Welcome to our TED Talk.
I guess let's briefly hit King Princess 2. That was our last.
I listened to half of it. I didn't get to the other half of it. Liked it.
Fine.
It was okay. Fine.
I said fine. They don't have a particularly strong voice, and that's more of an issue for me than it is for you usually.
That's true.
I liked it. It was fine. Nothing stood out.
Yep, I agree.
So
nothing. It kind of just washed over me a bit.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a fan of theirs, go check it out. I mean, it is cool. It's not bad. It's cohesive. I'll say that.
For sure.
Feels like a complete thought. It's nice and short. It's like 35 minutes. But again, I'm just like,
yeah,
it's fine.
I'm with you.
Okay,
great.
All that being said, let's look forward to fall, because today is, I believe, the autumn equinox that we're recording this.
I think it's first day of fall. Yeah,
we're officially in fall, which is always weird. Like, fall should start at the end of August, not the end of September. But here we are.
Yeah.
So let's just get right into this release schedule. It's really top heavy. After mid-October, it just kind of is like nothing. So,
which is pretty common.
Yeah, it is pretty common. The holidays are just not necessarily time to release music. So, that being said, there is a lot coming out pretty right away. So we're going to drop this episode on the 25th. The 26th is seeing a lot of new releases. So, let's start with Doja Cat. Doja Cat is releasing her Return to Pop. I believe it's pronounced V. Is that?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? V. What we haven't talked about her single on here.
Jealous Type?
Yeah.
Highlight of the year.
Slaps. Really good.
10 out of 10. Literally perfect pop song. I have no notes.
Yeah.
It's so utterly brilliant.
I absolutely loved Planet Her, and I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for her. She's very good at pop music.
Yeah. Jack put his whole pussy into the production of that song.
Jack did this?
Yeah, girl. He did like most of this album.
Okay, cool.
And it's like every once in a while, Jack like does something where I'm like, wow, you have ideas.
Low-key, Jack's been on a mini heater ever since Torture Poets. I don't want to spoil
heater
it.
As in like doing really well since Torture Poets?
Yes.
Okay.
GNX, Sabrina.
Yeah. Well, the Sabrina stuff is like here. No,
again, strong disagreement here.
Yeah, I know. I get it. But no, Jealous Type, perfect. So I'm over the moon. I can't wait for this. This is a huge anticipated release for me.
Yeah, your girl, Zara Larsson, fan of the show.
I can't wait.
Releasing Midnight Sun, the full album. I can't wait
for this.
Yeah,
I heard some snippets. Stoked. She dropped some snippets as it's approaching release time, and I'm like, this is sounding good. I will say, I think she's released 2 other songs, and neither of which really did much for me. Midnight Sun is like, the other 2 weren't doing it for me, but some of these snippets are sounding really awesome. So I'm excited. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be just a fun pop album. Other artists releasing that week include The Cab, my wife's favorite band, a former Warped Tour standout that has not released new music in over a decade. So this is going to be an EP called Road to Rain, a prelude. They're opening for All Time Low on tour. We are going to the show to see The Cab. I do not know if we'll stay for All Time Low because neither of us are like huge fans, but have to shout them out on here because they've been trying to make their comeback for a very long time and they keep getting stuck somewhere along the way. So it's cool that they're finally officially releasing new music. You added Perry. I'm not familiar with Perry.
Perry is another member of Little Mix.
Okay.
Perry Edwards.
Yeah, I did know that. Amelia will kill me for that.
So I actually have not heard any of it. Yeah, I know there are some singles out, but I have not heard any of it. So I just wrote it down because I like the Jade album so much. Might as well check that out too.
This is the year of like girl groups all doing their solo projects. Like Blackpink, everyone was like in a row. Now Little Mix is doing it. Interesting.
Yep.
Not bad, just interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting for sure.
We've also got a new album from Geese called Getting Killed. Geese is a band.
Who the hell is Geese?
So I've heard them a few times. They come up on like alternative like Spotify playlists sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And they're a cool rock band. I'm interested to see what it is because there's some songs that I really liked of theirs. So not to be confused with Goose, which is like a jam band that has like a very devoted fan base as well. So not Geese, not Goose. Both bands though, both rock bands. And then a new album from Mariah Carey.
Who cares? But I wrote it down.
Yeah, Sure. Okay, October 3rd. Obviously, The Life of a Showgirl is going to be the only thing anyone cares about this week.
Unknown album.
We'll obviously do a deep dive. It's probably our next episode if I'm looking at the calendar right. I think that will be our next episode. So other things coming out that week. Oasis is dropping a 30th anniversary version of What's the Story Morning Glory. I think that's going to sell pretty well. Oasis is like huge again, which is really cool for them. Also wrote down AFI dropping a new album called Silver Bleeds the Black Sun. So I was saying I was at a wedding the other day and the millennial wedding. The last 30 minutes, they just played like every emo and pop punk song that we all liked as kids. And everyone was like thrashing wildly on the dance floor and just like freaking out. And all of the adults, like the boomers, were just like sitting around going, huh. And I just think like it's just very funny that we all were raised on that music and just like really enjoy it, which is just so it's very of a time. Yeah,
very of a time. Yeah,
you instantly are taken back to the late 2000s. Like that is it was like
a
boom,
really,
and it was
really
over.
short time period. Yeah, but it was everything.
It was. So October 10th, we get a new album from Khalid. Tentatively quite excited.
Me too. I like the single a lot.
Yeah.
It feels like he's more doing his like gay pop era.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
So liked the first album, loved the second album. Everything since could do without. Very, very, again, tentatively optimistic because good Khalid is like
incredible.
That's a drug I prefer. I really like it. So would love to see him be great again.
Me too.
Make Khalid great again.
I knew you just couldn't resist, could you?
I couldn't.
It was right there and I knew you were going to go for it.
Just call me Jimmy Kimmel. Okay. Also that day we have a Yellow Card album. Again, just the pop punk thing. I just threw it on there.
Yellow Card is still making
Better music. Days. Yeah, I guess.
Wild.
Also still making music on October 17th. We have a new album of Monsters and Men. Did not know they were still a thing, but I was like,
me neither.
So I wrote that down. But we do have one pretty big release that week. Tame Impala is coming out with a new album called Deadbeat. So that will obviously be huge for the indie heads, for the alternative heads. Tame Impala, really one of the more biggest influences of the last 10 years in music, I would say. What Kevin Parker is able to accomplish is really, really cool. And I never have like out and out loved a Tame Impala album, but I do listen to them all. So, I'm excited to hear this one.
Yeah.
And then also that week is Ash Nico, another artist I really like. Super dark pop, like brooding, angry, like kind of grungy, fun pop artist.
Okay.
Coming out with her album Smooches. So looking forward to that as well. October 24th, also a pretty stacked week. So new albums from Brandi Carlile, Demi Lovato, and Sigrid, who I know. I'm actually super excited for Sigrid. I really like both of her records that I've listened to so far.
Yeah. I'm not huge on the second, but I love the first one.
The second, I think, is less great as an album, but there's some songs that I really like on that one.
Yeah, me too. There are songs on there I still come back to.
Yeah, same. Driver Save My Night came on the other day.
Incredible.
What an
incredible,
absolute
love
intoxicating song.
It's so good.
And she's got a great voice. I really like her voice. It's super unique.
I do too. It's very unique.
It's fun. Big fan.
I'm excited for the Brandi Carlile album. This feels like she's going more back to like singer-songwriter kind of rootsy vibes.
Cool. It's called Returning to Myself, so I think it
makes sense.
Makes sense. Yep.
And Demi Lovato, I love the first single, Fast. I haven't heard the second single yet, but I heard that's good too. So
comeback era. We're not doing Camp Rock 3, but we are returning to pop music, and I'm really happy for her because
me too.
You know, she went out and experimented with a lot of different genres, including some inexplicable hard rock that was just, in my opinion, not good. Some people really liked it. It was very a lot for me. Not my thing. Even as a rock head, I just I didn't think it worked. But I'm excited to see what this is going to be because
me too.
She has one of the best voices in music.
Correct.
Full stop.
Full stop.
Unbelievable singer.
I really like the title of this album. It's called "It's Not That Deep."
Right. Like
it's very funny.
It's self-aware. We love that. Yeah. So really stoked for that week, October 24th. I'm definitely circling on the calendar. I think it's going to be a good one. October 31st, we have Florence and the Machine coming out with a new record called Everybody Scream. I'm really hoping. Ooh, it is on Halloween. I'm really hoping, based on that title, that this is the beginning of the sort of music of the revolution that I was predicting was going to start happening. It feels like they're the right artist to sort of start ushering that in.
Yeah.
So
the first single is very
angsty and angry,
very weird.
Okay,
it's very witchy.
Well, they all are. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one's like especially witchy. The music video is really weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never loved a Florence and the Machine album, but again, always check them out. So we'll see.
Sick. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. Really like some of their songs, but I've never loved a full album. November 7th, a new album from Del Water Gap. Did you ever listen to their last album?
I never did. I saw them open for Nile, but I never listened to it.
Okay, I really liked it. So I'm curious.
Cool.
To see what happens here. It's called Chasing the Chimera, which is a sick title. So yeah, looking forward to Del Water Gap. Kind of like indie pop, indie rock. I don't know how you would describe him. There's some bedroom pop influence.
Okay.
I like him though.
Cool.
And then the rest of the slate looks pretty bare. There's a new album from Cheap Trick, their first since 2021, November 14th. Did not realize they had been releasing that much music. They have a lot of albums. Did not know that.
Wild.
Jessie J coming back November 28th with Don't Tease Me with a Good Time. Do you know anything about this project?
Nothing.
Okay.
I don't even remember the last time Jessie J came out with an album. I feel like it's been forever.
I feel like the last single I heard from her was Bang Bang.
Honestly, kind of same. And I'm sure there's been music since then. But I can't think of it.
Yeah, I can't either.
I don't think I heard it.
Again, incredible voice. So kind of excited for the return for music.
One of the most underrated voices probably in the industry.
Legit. And then Zac Brown Band has a new album on December 5th. I haven't really liked them since they pivoted away from the sound that really worked for them.
Yeah.
But, likable guy, likable band. So
yeah.
All right. Anything else that you want to talk about from the upcoming fall slate? Obviously,
I think we covered pretty much all of it.
It's Taylor and a lot of other people coming out.
That's she will suck up the rest of the year.
I was at one point holding on to hope that we might get Olivia, but it sounds like not. So
no, I think the rumor is Q1.
Okay,
next year. That's the rumor.
Very excited for 2026. Then it's going to be awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Any other artists that you like? Maybe they might release something. It just feels like everyone's kind of done it either last year or this year.
Yeah, I think what we have is what we're gonna get.
Yeah. So
that's my
a bit disappointing, honestly. Like it's just a down. It's been a down year for music, you know.
Yeah, but honestly, I will say that like Q3 has really revived a lot in me.
Yes, Q3 has been decent at the very least, whereas the rest of the year has been like, what's happening?
I am highly anticipating this Doja Cat record. Like I think this has a potential to do some numbers here. So I'm excited to see that. It's just a bummer that it's coming out the week before Taylor. So it doesn't have a whole lot of time to, have a long life. It has about a week. So
it's better a week before than even 6 weeks after when she releases variant 47 of
totally. An insider,
Showgirl.
An insider wrote that what Taylor has planned for the promotion for this record can only be likened to the promotion for Thriller.
I saw that.
So
does that work in 2025?
No. So we're in for a lot of Taylor, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
I'm obviously very excited for the album. We'll see what happens after.
Yeah. I do think that this will be the thing that breaks the dam in terms of her popularity, even if the album is fire, which I do actually expect it to be.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of people that are just over it.
I think so too.
The current climate too, with her being a billionaire, it's just tough. It's tough.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And if she hammers you over the head with this for 3 months, I don't know. I don't think it's the right move, Team Taylor.
It can only last so long, but at the same time, I waited in a queue to purchase tickets at the AMC. So
to watch lyric videos.
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. Was it a waste of $12? We'll see. We'll report back later. However, I waited in a queue for like 20 minutes to buy tickets at a movie theater. So her popularity is not there. It's not going down yet. She's still very much there.
No, I think this will be the apex though. And honestly, you know what? Yeah. If she wants to milk it for all it's worth, that's fine.
Milk it. Yeah.
It's fair. Yep. Her boyfriend's washed, so.
I heard they're not doing very well.
Yeah, well, the Chiefs, they just have a bad roster, frankly. They're being carried by Patrick Mahomes being the greatest player ever, and that's it. Yeah. Literally, that's it. But Travis just looks like this is the year. This is his last year for sure. He doesn't have it anymore. So,
sad.
Good for them. They're gonna get a lot more time together. So,
for sure.
Okay, let us do our quickly. Get into
we'll rapid fire these
15 through 11 of our best albums of the century so far. So if you have been listening to our last few episodes, we have done a few at a time here, starting with 25 and working our way down. So now we're going through 15 through 11. Just a quick recap, super rapid fire of everything on our list so far. At 25, we had Damn by Kendrick Lamar. At 24, Songs About Jane by Maroon 5. At 23, A Black Mile to the Surface by Manchester Orchestra. At 22, Future Nostalgia, Dua Lipa. At number 21, Imaginal Disc, Magdalena Bay. At 20, Only by the Night, Kings of Leon. At 19, Halcyon, Ellie Goulding. At 18, Eternal Sunshine, Ariana Grande. At 17, Motomami by Rosalia. And at 16, Brat by Charlie XCX. So that takes us to number 15, which is on our list, Channel Orange by Frank Ocean. What do you want to say about Channel Orange?
I don't have a ton to say about Channel Orange. I listened to it exactly once when we were preparing for our debut albums bracket.
Yes.
I said I was going to go back to it, and then I never did, which is interesting. But I was very high on it when I first heard it. And that one song, Pyramids.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Banger. Absolute banger. So that's about all I got for Channel Orange, but I did think it was really good.
Yeah, so Channel Orange is an album that I absolutely adore. I fought for it to be on our debut albums episode about a year ago, so you can go back and check that one out. I just think it's an extraordinary debut album. It has such a sense of artistry and voice. It has like unbelievably outstanding songs on it. I still like Lost is just like one of those songs that I will always listen to. I absolutely love it. Obviously Think About You was a huge, enormous, world changing hit when it came out. Songs like Forrest Gump are incredible. like you said, the aforementioned Pyramids. Bad Religion, I think, is an incredible song, and really ballsy for the time. Yeah, I think this album will live on, and obviously, like, a lot of critics prefer Blonde, which is fine with me. I just that album is not one I connect with as much as Channel Orange. So Frank Ocean really came out with like 2 back-to-back incredible albums, and so I was like, we got to put him on here because, you know, every list has him somewhere in that top 25-ish range. So Channel Orange definitely deserves this spot. At 14, go ahead with your girl.
At 14, we have Teenage Dream by one Katy Perry. We cannot leave this off the list. Unfortunately, she just like has not done anything since. But
Age Like Milk as an artist.
Truly. But that record stands on its own. It's truly a once in a generation pop record, like a pop Bible by definition. Like when I think pop Bible, I think Teenage Dream. It's the first one I always go to. This had how many number one hits?
I believe 6.
6, I think, which was, I think, the most since Michael.
Let's try to name them all to jog everyone's memory.
Okay, so Teenage Dream, Firework,
California Girls,
California Girls, the one that got away.
There's 2 more.
Was Wide Awake?
No, that was Prism. That was Prism.
No, Wide Awake was Complete Confection. It's the deluxe of this album.
Oh, it is? I don't know that one is one that is counted in that stat.
Okay.
I'm pulling it up.
Oh, E.T.
E.T. Yes.
And we're missing one. And I think it's one of the Complete Confection songs. I think it's one of the bonus tracks.
I guess. No, Last Friday Night.
Oh, it was Last Friday Night. Okay.
God, that's crazy. What?
Yeah. I mean, we couldn't leave it off this list for that alone.
Yeah,
I mean, it is truly, it's the greatest collection of singles of my lifetime.
Yeah.
Full stop.
You get Max Martin collaborating with Benny Blanco, collaborating with Katy Perry, who just like shot onto the scene. It was just like, it's a match made in heaven. I mean, like, just everything on this is just fire.
Perfection. Teenage Dream, the song stands as my favorite pop song of all time. Nothing has touched it since. It's like, when you think of pretty perfect pop music, you think of Teenage Dream, and even the deep cuts hold up to me. There's a couple clunkers, but who cares? Like Circle the Drain is incredible. I am personally the number one biggest defender of Peacock. I think that's an absolute fucking banger. I know
it's kind of funny. Like, it's pretty funny.
It's funny, but it's also a banger. That chorus rips and you know it. So anyways, Teenage Dream had to be on here. An absolutely incredible record.
I do actually think
Katy Perry did her thing with this.
Wide Awake went number 1 as well. So that, I guess if you count the deluxe, I think it is like 7.
Okay.
Which is
wild.
Absolutely bananas. I mean,
it is bananas.
That would never happen today. It just can't.
No.
It can't ever happen again, at least in the current state of the industry. So
it never will.
From sheer cultural impacts, Teenage Dream deserves a spot in the top
Absolutely.
15. Duh.
Absolutely.
At 13 will be a more controversial choice, even for her own fans. But we have Guts by Olivia Rodrigo at 13. And I know there's a contingent that prefers Sour. I think those people are interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah, I didn't want to be mean because I still think Sour is a fucking awesome album. So I'm not.
It was my album. It was my album of the year in 2021.
I'm not going to be a hater on Sour by any means, but I think Guts is just superior in every way.
I do too.
Dan Nigro is.
God.
Like, this is one of my favorite produced albums ever. Like, what he did on this thing is crazy. The songwriting, the playing with different styles, the homage to like every era of rock on this album. It's intoxicating. What more can you say about it?
She's just a student. She's a student of her craft. She is. And it's so evident on this record. And I think by every metric, this is an improvement to Sour. I love how much it leans more into the rock, pop punk side of things.
Yes.
And but even still, like, she still has some ballads on here. Logical, Making the Bed.
Logical is like my favorite song on this record, even though I think about all of the rock songs first. And then I'm like, Logical is on here.
Logical is on this damn thing. Yeah. This shouldn't be controversial. And I think it's becoming less and less controversial. I see this take online more often than not now. I think a lot of people agree that Guts is the better record. Just sad that it got so ignored critically that year, but
so dumb. I mean, it should have won album of the year, frankly.
100%. It should have. So
what won that year? Was that?
I think that was Midnight's.
Was it Midnight's? Yeah, it was Midnight's.
Yeah.
Bad win in hindsight.
Yeah, I agree. So, anyways, we love this record. Olivia did her damn thing. We cannot wait for OR3.
100%.
Give it to us now.
Okay. At number 12, we have our one musical theater entry on here, which is the Hamilton original Broadway cast recording. Now,
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think we need to defend this, but I will anyway.
I don't either.
This musical won the Pulitzer Prize. The album was produced by Questlove, among other people. The original cast is beloved. Like, they've all basically worked nonstop since this musical debuted. It won, I believe, 12 Tony Awards. Like, I mean, in terms of impact of musicals, it's the only one really since Rent that I think dominates the culture. Like, people who don't know musical theater know Hamilton.
Yep.
And the album is flawless. Like, it really, as an expression of just recorded music, it is perfect as well. In addition to all of the impact that the show itself had. So, and so many people discovered it when it hit Disney Plus a few years ago, and it's given it this whole new life, which is really, really cool to see.
It just got re-released in theaters too.
People
could go to the big screen. Leslie Odom Jr. is back on a limited run playing Aaron Burr, and tickets, you can't get them below $1,000. I mean, people are mad over that original cast. Like, it's like one of the most beloved original casts of all time, probably. The 2016 Tonys were famously nicknamed the Hamiltonies.
Yes.
Like, this shit was everywhere, and the music holds up. I think this is one of the greatest, probably top 3 musical theater scores of all time. Shoot me, I don't care. I don't care.
I don't think that's, I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda in the canon of musical theater, I think, is like top 5 as a writer, and this is obviously his magnum opus. So, we have. I think the discourse around it has evolved stunningly since this album or since the show came out, in terms of how we view the founding fathers and the founding of our country in general, especially as it pertains to slave ownership and human rights violations and all sorts of other stuff. But I think we all need to remember how revolutionary it was at the time to cast people that were not 25-year-old white men as all these characters. Like, I mean, that really just changed things. It just changed things.
I think that changed Broadway forever.
Broadway now is super diverse and inclusive in a way that musical theater just was not at all before Hamilton. At all.
Agreed.
I mean, I think Broadway was like the least inclusive of all forms of entertainment up until Hamilton. And I'm not going to say it single-handedly changed things, but it really, really started to move things forward.
It ushered in a new era.
Yes.
It really did. Yeah. So, this was my album of the year of 2015.
Oh, yeah. Same.
1,000%. And it holds up to this day. It's just fantastic music.
Fantastic. This is one where I am okay listening to 30 songs. So
yes. Just this is the exception. Not the rule.
Yes. So there are some 3-hour movies I like, which I'll talk about actually in the next segment. But we got one more. Do you want to do this one?
Last one is a little known album called Meteora by Linkin Park.
Ooh.
Their second studio album, which in our opinion, I think we both agree is pretty top tier in their discography.
Oh,
this is your favorite of
my
their
number
albums?
1, your number 2.
Yes,
right?
That's correct.
And your number 2 is
Suns is my
your
favorite.
number 1 that's my number 2. So we pretty much agree on the order of these albums.
For sure. But Meteora seems like the one to include on this list. Many of these lists, you're going to see Hybrid Theory most likely as the contender for this kind of category. But we both agree Meteora takes what Hybrid Theory did, much like Guts taking what Sour did and improving upon it tenfold. Meteora did the exact same thing with Hybrid Theory. I think it has more standouts. I think it has lyrically better moments, melodically for sure better moments.
Definitely.
And just things that catapulted the band into forever stardom.
It's tighter. It's punchier. there's a lot of cool sound experimentation, the sampling that they do on Faint, the really cool instrumentation on Breaking the Habit.
I love Breaking the Habit.
There's just so much on this album that is like all time. And the fact that it's basically like 30 minutes, this album to me is like you're driving in a race and you hit the nitrous button, and that's this album, and it just washes over you. And then by the end, you're like
exhausted.
Wow. What?
Yeah, it's like the craziest 30 minutes of your life.
Yeah, every song is like a tight 3 minutes. It's crazy. And yet they all feel complete, which rarely happens these days.
And it ends with Numb.
I know.
Which is just like one of the biggest songs of that generation.
For sure.
It's a perfect song.
Yeah.
Numb is unreal. That thing holds up. And it's like one of like 11 highlights on this record. It's like
really.
It is all killer, no filler. Truly.
Yeah, this is another one that I believe Breaking the Habit was the 5th single from this. Like
crazy.
That's how deep this album went.
That was the 5th single,
I believe.
Yeah, nuts. Nuts.
So, okay, so that's it. So at 15, we had Channel Orange by Frank Ocean. At number 14, we had Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. At number 13, we have Guts by Olivia Rodrigo. At 12, the Hamilton original Broadway cast recording. And then at 11, we have Meteora by Linkin Park. We will do an episode of our top 10, just a standalone episode. I do not think it'll be our next one, because I think our next one is going to be a deep dive into Taylor Swift. So, but stay tuned for that, because we're definitely still going to be doing that. Before we wrap up here, anything sparking joy for you?
Yes, I will do it quickly, although I could talk for a very long time. My sparking joy is an apology for something I said in a previous episode regarding the girl group Cat's Eye. This is tough to admit. I watched Popstar Academy on Netflix. Have you heard of this?
Yes, of course.
Okay. I watched Popstar Academy on Netflix. And if there's a show that is just like branded Danny Oki, it's that. Like, it's literally a bunch of girls fighting for their life to be superstars, and like I don't know what more I could ask for. Like they're all singing Ariana Grande songs to get noticed by label execs and like dancing. I'm like, this is everything I want out of life. Like I was living like up on my feet screaming watching this show. Popstar Academy is everything. It's so good. But obviously Popstar Academy is the documentary of the Dream Academy, which is the competition show that picked the members of Cat's Eye. So by the end of it, I had grown what felt like a relationship with all these girls.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I know them.
That's what's so brilliant about this whole thing.
Yes, and I feel like I know their personalities. And when I saw them at Lollapalooza, I was like, I don't get this. Like, I don't feel like the performance is very good. I don't think the songs are there. I don't think these girls have it. And then you watch the show, and then you watch the music videos and everything from the actual competition, and you're like, oh my God, these girls have it. They have it. And now I'm like hooked. I still don't think their songs are very good. Like, that will get there. It's like the Tate McRae thing.
Yeah.
That will get there. They will get good songs. Like, get Ryan Tedder on there, which he's already written one for them. Get Max Martin in there.
Benny Blanco.
Benny Blanco. Whoever you need to get in there, get in there. The songs will come. What they have right now is incredible stage presence, incredible. What I really mean by that is incredible camera presence, which I think is a very different thing. I think they do well on stage, but what they do so well is what is happening here.
Yeah.
In the box of a camera. I mean, their music videos are mesmerizing. I cannot stop watching them. Every time they come on my For You page, my ears are like bleeding listening to the songs, but I cannot look away because they're so mesmerizing.
Well, that Gap ad they did is one of the most watched ads of all time.
It's unreal. That Gap ad is crazy. These girls have mega star power. It's wild to witness. So I am staking my claim now. I'm sorry for what I said about them at Lollapalooza. I still hold a lot of those opinions, but I'm staking my claim that Cat's Eye is the next thing as soon as they can get good songs.
I love that.
Yeah.
My sparking joy is my friend Taylor invited me last Monday to go see a screening of One Battle After Another, the new Paul Thomas Anderson movie. So this movie comes out the day this podcast gets released. And I recommend everyone literally sprint to the theater to see this. This is, regardless of how you feel about Paul Thomas Anderson's movies, I find them wonderful, but they can be challenging and complex. I don't think this movie is that. It has a lot of incredibly potent current ideas in it. I mean, the villain is literally an evil ICE agent. Like, I mean, it is truly of the moment in a way that very few movies ever are. And that being said, this is an old school Hollywood thriller. I mean, it starts and it is almost 3 hours long, but you never feel it ever. It is just, it is truly one battle after another. I mean, this movie, once it starts, it is rolling and the characters are incredible. I think Leo gives one of his best performances of his career in this movie. I think Sean Penn also does as well as the villain. This young actress they found, Chase Infinity, to play Leo's daughter in this movie is astounding, like a true breakout. I think this is her first film ever, and she just like is of equal gravitas to these other actors that are just like absolute legends of their craft. Benicio del Toro is awesome in it. Regina Hall, Tiana Taylor, like this cast is amazing. And I just think like for this time that we are living in, it just feels like essential viewing. And yeah, you can't say that about many movies nowadays that really make you want to go out and go to the theater, but it's a must. Like you just have to do it. It has a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, I believe, right now. Wow. With over 100 reviews. It's probably going to win Best Picture at the Oscars. It will certainly win Best Director. So definitely run to go see One Battle After Another as soon as you hear about this. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Okay. Well, I think that wraps this up with our fall preview. And we're going to see you next time to discuss the life of a showgirl. So we cannot wait for that. Please,
we'll have lots to talk about.
Oh, yeah. Please, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're listening on any of your favorite podcast apps, please give us a like. Please give us a follow. Do whatever you can to support the show. Follow us on TikTok as well at the Daily Record Spin podcast, or just the Daily Record Spin?
Just the Daily Record Spin. Instagram is the Daily Record Spin _podcast.
Okay. So at the Daily Record Spin on TikTok, we're very active on there. So definitely, if you have any ideas for the show, want to see some things in future episodes, just want to grill us for our takes in this episode, please get on there, go to the comments, give us a DM. Like we'd love to get more fan engagement. We ultimately do it for you guys. So hope you're enjoying the show, and we will see you next time to discuss the life of a showgirl. Thanks for listening to the Daily Record Spin.